Live, live, live. Hello, 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 everybody. It's your brother Zen, and I'm bringing messages of love from above on this beautiful Saturday evening or Sunday morning, depending on where you're at in the world. So I'm so grateful to be here and feel so honored to be bringing messages from the higher realms to everyone today. Wanted to start off thanking everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I surpassed 600 subscribers last night, and I'm so just grateful for all of you. The channel is growing very fast, and I'm loving that because it means a lot to me knowing that the messages that we're bringing are resonating and helping people out. So if you have subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, you do need to subscribe in order to chat in the chat room there. So as soon as you subscribe, you should be able to chat during these live sessions. That's what you do. You just put your question down below. And if you don't want to put your business out there specifically, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit will know what they're looking for there. All right, Trevor. Stampeders won tonight. Is that Lotto? No? Oh, no. So, hey, Trevor. Welcome, welcome. Uh, and so I do want to thank everyone for definitely subscribing. And if you give videos a like and a little thumbs up, that also helps out my channel. So I do definitely appreciate that. Oh, Canadian football. Okay. I figured it was some sort of a sport event. I just didn't know which one. Hey, Nikitha. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about here? Um, that and that and that. And of course, I have a lot of giveaways that I have going on. So if you haven't signed up for any of those and you want to check out my channel, I do have a giveaways playlist in the description box below too. So you can check that out. And of course, I'm always giving out uh, different types of giveaways. So if you do subscribe to my channel, make sure you click on that little alarm icon and select the all option because then you'll get notified when I do put out new giveaways and then also when I announce the winners. So, oh no, you want me to predict the stock market collapse? Sure, Nikita, you'll be first, and then we'll look into Trevor's stock market. I don't know if that's called insider trading, if spirit knows all. I don't know, Trevor. I'm doing pretty good. I've had a beautiful day. I love doing these readings. And of course, my big announcement, which some of you already, if you were at last night's session or this morning's, then you already know what the surprise announcement is, which is starting on Monday after the retrograde ends tomorrow. I have Mercury retrograde. I'm going to be going live every night, my time, Sunday through Friday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And then on Saturday nights, I'm going to do 8 p.m. Mountain Time because I do go out on Instagram on Saturdays too at 5 p.m. So I need that little extra hour to recuperate, get something to eat and refresh for this session. And then I also will have sessions on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, my time, Mountain Time, 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., depending on the day. I know I have followers all across the world. And so I'm trying to find times where you guys don't have to stay up to like 2 in the morning to, attend a session. I want to be able to try to, meet that. So hopefully we'll do that. Hey, Liliana, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know, for fun, Trevor. I get you. I get you. So that's my big announcement, and I think that's everything that I wanted to mention at the beginning. So commercials are over, the ads are over. Now we can jump into the readings. Now, of course, I do like to start off by pulling guardian angel card for the reading to open us up, and we'll check a look there. I'm doing great, Liliana. How about yourself? Hey, Richard, welcome. I will get to you then. So you'll be number 3. Nikita will be first, then Trevor, and then yourself. All right, one more time here, and then we'll see what the guardian angel message is. Bring in our blessing for this session, and then we will jump into the other specific readings. Wow, right off the bat. So you got the guilt card here, which says, you do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love. Regardless of what you've done or what you think you have failed to do, from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. I'm holding on to this one. This is my get out of guilt card. I love that. Yeah, definitely. Guilt is our fear. It's a human emotion. I love the unconditional love of the higher realms. There's no condition, there's no right or wrong. It's just experiences. They don't have judgment, even though our human world will say, yeah, they do. It's like, no, that's of man, that's of the fear realm. So I love that message to start us off here. Great. Great to hear, Liliana. You will be then number 4. So let's get started. I'm loving this. So we were going to ask Nikita, you want to know just what's coming towards you in the next 3 days. So I did get 2 new tarot decks. Yeah, I know. I really didn't need any more, but they are spirit purchases, spirit-led purchases. I give blood every, what is it, 8 weeks we're allowed to give blood. In the United States, there's a blood shortage because of COVID and all that. So, but they gave some gift cards, and I'm like, gift cards, tarot cards, here they come. So, all right, so here we go. For Nikita, what is it over the next 3 days? Let's take a look here. Okay, another. And 3. So you got 3 cards. And these are the beautiful Spirit Song. And I love these. Hopefully you will love them too. Just love the artistry. So you have the 7 of Feathers, which is the 7 of the mind, the swords. And let's see what else you have here before we do all that. And then you have the 5 of Feathers. A little better there, which is the 5 of Swords. And then you have the 9 of Feathers. Oh my goodness. Nikita, you have a lot on your mind over these next 3 days because you got the 5, the 7, and the 9. So the odd numbers in the sword suit, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, all this mind, all these beliefs, all this mentalness going on. And when it's the odd numbers, those are the things that are, I don't gonna say conflict, but it's bringing up the, think of like even numbers as smooth. Like if you have a 6, there's 3 on each side. There's this nice smooth little runway in the middle. And then if there's an odd number, it's there's something stuck right in your path that you can't get around. And it's like, here, I want you to look at this. And so over these next 3 days, you do have a lot on your mind, a lot of I would say like challenges on your beliefs and your thinking about something in particular. Let's see if we can get some clarification on that real quick. Let's take a look here. So you do have the 5 of crystals. So this is the 5 of pentacles in the standard tarot. Let me see. Oh, there it goes. Better. Little ladybug. And that has to do with your belief of your worth and where your sustenance comes from. When we believe that our sustenance comes from mankind and the outside world, it scares the crap out of us because, it's unstable out there, especially these last couple years. But this 5's our number of transformation and transition too. And so all these thoughts and these beliefs that are going on over these next 3 days have to do with your sustenance, about where your income, your livelihood, that is coming from. But the transformation is when you look to the heavens, you look to understand that all of it comes from source, all of it comes from the mother and father of all things, the higher realm. They have endless resources. And so when we trust that we're always going to have everything we need, we can have more peace and we can have more, relaxation, right? So I feel like over these next 3 days, that's what's kind of coming in and on your mind, because the nine of feathers, which is the nine of swords, is called the insomnia or nightmare card, to where it's like you just have so much on your mind, it's almost bringing you to the point of exhaustion. So the next 3 days is about you looking into those beliefs about worth, about where your income comes from, where your sustenance comes from, and this transformation of, do I, you know, do we trust the creator of all things that they're going to bring you what you need? Or do you feel that's on humankind that's going to be bringing it to you? Because humankind can be the shipping company that brings it to you, but they're not the source. They're just the delivery people. So I kind of feel like that's what's going to be coming forward here for you, is it's just being brought to your face. But it's for you, because once you begin to question those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, freedom is at the other end of that adventure. Trust me. I know, because that five of pentacles, I call it my poster child card for my life. It's like been this long journey for me to get to the point where, when I start to have this anxiety rise about, well, am I going to have everything I need, I just hear the creator whisper, do you trust me? And I'm like, I do. And then I feel much better. So that is what I feel they want you to know about what's coming forward in the next 3 days for you, Nikita. If you have additional questions, pop them down below. I'll be happy to circle back around. So, Trevor, let's take a look here. I'm going to use my new Dragon Tarot for your. What about the stock market in October? Will it fly or will it crash? Or will it stay copacetic? We will take a look here for fun. Mostly. Gonna grab your chips. That's funny. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. So we did get 3 cards. Let's see here. Well, we got some emotional cards here. That's right. Is that like Austin Powers? So these 2 cards we've got. Come on. Let's see, maybe if I do them separate. We got the 4 of Cups. And then we also have the Page of Cups. So Cups is emotion. Yeah. Time of collapse. Let's see here. But we also have the 2 of Wands. So, here's the world. We hold the world in our hands. Well, yeah. No, I'm not that old. What are you talking about, Trevor? The 80s? I don't think I was born. Yeah, I was actually graduating high school. Uh-oh. So all of this, there's newness, there's new emotion that's rising for us. But there is this is the outside world, the things that do not fulfill us. This is the Ace of Cups coming in here. We're having a greater love that's being offered. Oh, you're just a baby. Um, the 2 of Wands basically is a message about wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. And so we have this choice of, what are we going to focus on with whatever comes from, you know, everything that's going on in the world. We literally hold our own world in our own hands, because what we focus on with our wands, it's like 2 choices, is what grows. The Page of Cups and the 4 of Cups is kind of this consistent message. But the outside world, it doesn't matter what goes on out there. It is unstable. It's always going up and down and all around. But if we're looking for the outside world for our stability, we are going to always feel unstable. No matter what the stock market is doing, whether it's up or down or whatever, there's going to be something that's unstable and disappointing us, whether it's relationships or jobs, education, our bodies, our finances, our possessions breaking down, or people, passing away. Always change, change, change. That's what happens out there. And so their first message here, because they haven't really told me yet, is look for our worth on the inside. that's where we're going to find a stable stock market in here. This is the best stock to invest in, right? Not me, but with you. um, so with all that said, let's see if they'll, for shits and giggles, give us the any answer. What would you like us to know about the stock market? Okay, they give one here. Well, it has the sun, which is about brightness and victory and good stuff. So, oh, Deadpool. Okay, I love that. So yeah, definitely victory, definitely brightness coming with it. So they're saying that no, they don't. It's actually almost seems like it's going to uh, get better rather than worse. So that's what they're saying. And but again, I know, right? I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and so if you have real questions about your finances, please seek a licensed professional regarding finance. So there you go. You're so funny. It's a good night to be silly. All right. So if you have additional questions or silliness, put it down below. And we are moving on to Richard here. And it says, will you marry M this year or this year or next? Okay. So let me take a look here. As far as timing, what do we want to use for timing? Okay. Well, they want me to use these Archangel Power Tarot. And let's take a look and see what we have going on here. And if you haven't given this video a like yet, I really appreciate you doing so because it does help out my channel, helps my other videos get out to more people and share some Zen love. So I appreciate that, definitely. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want me to pull cards for you, you do have to subscribe, and then it'll let you enter um, information down below. Hey, neighbor. Hey, Chaos. That's hilarious. You probably live like blocks away from me. That's crazy. All right. So we've got two cards for you. And Richard, so the first card is going to be this year, and then the second card is going to be next year. So we'll see what energy it brings here. So you got decision time this year, which this normally is the devil card, which is Capricorn energy, which is all about doing the work and your cage being rattled, your ideas about things being shaken. And then next year, you have the King of Raphael, which King of Raphael is King of Cups in the Standard Tarot. Well, sorry. Oh, I thought that was going in there. And it says, yes, it is safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. So I feel like this year is you're really getting things in order, but it's next year when the marriage takes place. Trevor, will you enjoy your devil's lettuce and give your dog a big hug for all of us? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Hey, Linda. Welcome, welcome. Absolutely. I think I have a couple more before you, and then I will definitely get down to there. How are the chips, Liliana? Are they good? I think I'm down. Let me see here. Yep. So, Liliana, you wanted to know what are Ricardo's feelings for you. So, let's take a look here. Grab the popcorn. All right. your spicy chips. Let's see what's going on here. All right. So, what are Ricardo's feelings for you? All right. Well, what would you like Liliana to know about Ricardo's feelings? Okay, here they come. Wow. Okay. Give me the tea. Here we go. Get the popcorn ready. So, first of all, there's the heartbroken card. So that's the first. And I don't feel like these are the feelings directly towards you yet. And then he has these abundant feelings here. Then you have the mirror. I swear, all day today, in all my sessions that I've done, the mirror card almost always comes up in every single relationship reading. Then you have the palm tree, which this is about vacation, yeah, right? You're like, no, the palm tree is about abundant feelings and that. Yep, he feels like he's struck by an arrow. I like that for you. And then he has the chaser for codependent relationships. So, as you can see, he has a lot going on. He wants to take you to Miami. Well, I think Miami survived the storms not so bad, right? Um, but yeah, so there's you can see there's all these emotions. It's like he is just all over the place. I don't know, is he a water sign? Maybe he has a water moon, but he just feels like he's got these old feelings of heartbroken, but then he's got all these happy thoughts and these happy feelings. And then he's got these, yeah, okay, makes a lot of sense. So he's just, his emotions just are extreme and all over the place. Um, and I kind of feel like when you're asking your question, it's like, how does he feel about me right now? It's like you almost have to like do it because it's constantly changing. Yeah, right. Yeah, I can understand because it's just like, will you just pick an emotion and stick with it for 5 minutes? Because I kind of feel like this is like what's going on, but he is a mirror for you too. So uh that's the whole thing, is whatever you're seeing in him, there's some of you in that too, so be aware of that. I always Once I discovered that, I stopped saying what I thought about people I was dating or whatever, because I was like, "Whoop, that's telling me about me." A little bit. So uh with all of this, you know the heartbrokenness, I really feel in the chaser with codependent relationships, I feel is his past, that he, has these old thoughts, these old, it's like the whispers in his ear about, careful, this is going to happen again. Careful, this is going to happen again. And it's like he keeps on, it's like when he starts to feel good with all this paradise and this abundance, this Cupid's arrow and all this stuff, he suddenly goes, "Uh-oh, this is like I'm letting my guard down. Things are too good to be true. I gotta back off a little bit." And that's I kind of feel like you're going up and back and forth and back and forth. Oh, well, there you go. Yep, it's here and back and here and back and here and back. And so, and that mirror, you can't help what he sees when he looks in the mirror, because some of the other previous relationships he had started out that way too. So he enjoys it and then he gets scared. He enjoys it and then he gets scared. He enjoys it and he gets scared because he's afraid he's going to get. He must have been really raked over the coals by at least one person, because it feels like a deep wound that it really makes him pull back fast. But of course, like I said, he is a Scorpio sun, so he is all about the relationships and all about the um, you know uh, emotion. He's always going through transformation, right? He starts off as a scorpion, then he turns into a snake, and then an eagle, and eventually a phoenix. So somewhere in there is where he's at, going on with that. Yeah. But, you know, consciously he knows you're not like her, but the subconscious, those little whispers, it's like, "Oh, here she comes." It's like, "What? What? What?" Right, yeah, 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 and then he runs. But, yeah, I feel like he just I don't feel like it's going to be, yeah, right? Uh, and I think, if you're trying to change him, that's what will push him away too. When you're trying to make him act a certain way and be a certain way, something that adds to those fears. Because that other person, it feels like they were so controlling, almost like a narcissist who makes him leave all his other friends and has a leash around his neck or somewhere else pulling him, where he's like, "You're mine, and you do what I say." And he's just so afraid of that when he gets a hint of that, of someone's trying to change me, someone's trying to control me. It's like almost like PTSD where he goes back into it and then he just runs. So um the only thing that you can do is continue to work on your own, because he's that mirror. So work on the feelings that come up with you with your situation and just give him unconditional love. Give him time to heal those things. Um, but I really feel like it's not a quick fix for him. It's going to be a while. So if you do really love him that much and you want to, put up with it, it's like letting you trying to change him go and allow him to do his work. He's the master of transformation. Scorpios are. Let him do his transformation, and you can wait patiently by the side if you want. Yeah. And just let it take its course. But I think the pressure that is in there, that mirror, you're reflecting that his actions have to do with you, but they have to do with him and what's going on inside of him. So if you don't take his actions personally, and then you just work on yourself and focus your energy in here, like what they call it, sweeping in front of your own door. Let him sweep in front of his. Enjoy your time together. Try not to have a lot of expectations, and that really draws him in more. So it's just when we try to like say this is who you should be. Who likes that? We're like, I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm accepted, which is by myself. So I love that for you, Liliana. Enjoy your chips. Yum. So yeah, let me know how that goes. If you need to come here to vent, come join us. I'm going to be live every evening, 7 p.m. most nights, Mountain Standard Time. So come in and go, oh my gosh, I need you to talk me off the ledge. I'm about to push him off the ledge. All right. Let me see who was next here. Yum, chaos, homemade Indian butter chicken. Wow. Yeah, right. All right. So I believe we are to Linda. Thank you for your patience, Linda. And you just would like a general reading. And I kind of want to go, whoops, to these spirit song tarot. And let's see what we have. Absolutely. Hang in there. Okay, so Linda, let's see what we got going on here. Hey, Kashish, you'll be next. Thank you. All right, so Linda, what would Spirit like you to know right now, today? All right, what else? Okay, none of those. What else, please? Ooh, okay. So you did get 3. So you have the 5 of feathers, armadillo, which is the 5 of swords in the standard tarot. You also have the 10 of crystals, so the 10 of pentacles, the think it's an alligator. Crocodile? Which one has the long snout? I forget. I think that's a crocodile. I think alligators are the long ones. And then you have the 8 of feathers, which is the 8 of swords. Just let that come on. Show the cute little mouse. Okay. So what this tells you, the feathers, the swords have to do a lot with the mind. And so the 5 of feathers, like the armadillo, has to do with battling of thoughts, sharing of thoughts and beliefs with other people sometimes too. You know how an armadillo can ball up into this, um, just a ball and has this protective shield around it. There's this good protection with that. But the 5 of swords is about um, looking beyond your thoughts and beliefs the way that you've been taught to believe in certain things. I call them small t truths, which are opinions, popular opinions that are given to us when we're very young, and we just take them on because we don't know any better. All children just go, okay, this is truth. You're giving me your opinion, and that's truth. Okay. Oh, I want to eat, so I'm gonna, take whatever you have to say. And we bring all these beliefs and we keep on stacking them all in all our lives, right? But we get into this place of like we're like uh the battles come and we try to prove that our small t truths are more truer than this other person's small t truths, and that's where all these battles come in, and that's where that protective shield sometimes pops in, where you feel you have to defend yourself. But it's also this 5 is a number of change where you're looking and connecting to the higher truths, those capital T truths of the higher realms, which are rooted in unconditional love. So you are going through this kind of sorting, this dividing of your beliefs and questioning it, because you also have the 8, which the 8 is about movement upward in your thoughts and your beliefs. So with a combination of those two together, it is this questioning, uh, that's going on in your mind, and it's like it's being brought to you for you, because always at the end of on the other end of our questioning and challenging our old thoughts and beliefs comes freedom, because these are so restrictive and usually even contradictory sometimes of each other, and it's like, what do I believe? I don't know. I'm hearing all this different stuff, and it's like you're getting into this capital T truth up above. Now, with this 10 of crystals, the 10 of pentacles, this is about your beliefs around worth, is what I feel, because all this combination of these together has to do with how you're relating your abundance or your worth, and how you relate it to the outside world. So there are these thoughts and these beliefs that are coming in and really into your life where you're questioning, and it's like it can be relationships, it can be situations like job, education, could be your body, your finances, your possessions, that type of thing, because we're taught to look and relate to that, but that's not truly our worth. That's retail price. That's what we feel other people, uh, what we're worth to other people. That's what retail is out there. But I feel like these thoughts and these beliefs have to do with your self worth and how you're looking into that. Because self worth you find within here based on all these habits of opinions, and you're sorting through these things. And I kind of feel like you're having these obstacles come into your life. And it's almost like a repeating, is what they're showing me, is like, um, it's not just one situation with one person, and it doesn't necessarily have to be directly with you. You could be witnessing between other people too. Like maybe you have an altercation with someone that makes you question your worth. Then you have your best friend has an altercation with someone that has them questioning their worth. And then this person, and then that person, that, and you just see it all over the place. And you go, is this like a worldwide thing going on? But it's being brought into your peripherals, into your view, for you to reflect on these things. So I really feel that's what is going on here right now for you. Let me see what advice they have for you regarding this. Okay, I give you 2 cards. So you have the 3 of acorns, which would be the 3 of wands in the standard tarot, which is about a change of direction. Yeah, and you have the 5 of crystals, which is the 5 of pentacles, which is about another 5, which is about your change of your perspective of your worth and your wholeness, that it's found in the love from above, and instead of in humans out in the world. Like your sustenance comes from above, it doesn't come from humankind. But that three of acorns, the three of wands, does have, like, with all this information that's coming in with you, you're really realizing, like, the path that you're on in your life was based on all these old beliefs, but you have this change that's happening within you, and you're wanting to change your direction. And they are in support of that. And I'm going to pull the bottom card for what's in your subconscious. Well, yeah, well, there you go. You have the moon in your subconscious, which is the card of subconscious and getting into the hidden, and that which is down below underneath. So there are some beliefs that are going on down underneath there. And again, the moon energy is also about connecting to the higher realms, connecting to capital T truths, to those truths that are up above, rather than these uh, illusionary small t truths of the world that we have going on here. So I feel like that's what they're wanting you to focus on, is taking some time, like a high priestess does, that goes into her temple and reflect on the inner world, understand what it is that's driving you. If you're familiar with shadow work or doing some subconscious, unconscious work to bring these messages out, they really are encouraging you to do that, because that will help you with the process as well. So hopefully that brought a little bit of direction for you. If you have additional clarifying questions that you would like to ask, you can pop them down below, and I'm happy to circle back around. And let me continue going down here. All right, so we have Kashish and hello, hello. And you're going to ask, will Rapreet confess the feelings to you in October or November? And do you see your friendship getting deeper? All right, let's take a look here. I am going to use the Black Love Oracle cards, which represent their emotions and their feelings. So we'll take a look there. And if you guys haven't given the video a little thumbs up, I appreciate any of those. It does help out my channel. So while we're thinking about it, if you want to do that, I greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's take a look here. So will they confess their feelings in October or November? Okay. Do you see the friendship getting deeper? Well, so this is, does he see your friendship getting deeper? Okay. So for your first question is, will he confess his feelings for you? You got the camera here, which, for me, when I first saw that pop out, I was like, this is a photographic moment. It's like, take a picture, because it's something you want to remember. So for me, this emotion around this is that it is going to be a memorable October and November, that you're going to have a lot of great memories there. Let me see what the other cards say here too. So this is a karmic relationship, so there are things that are being worked out. I kind of feel like um, with this self-indulgence and looking and focusing on their self and their self-worth and taking time to heal, I feel like the relationship will eventually, like, make its movement, but it's like it's not going to be fast tracked. And so I feel like October, November is going to confess feelings, but I don't feel like it's at the fast level that you feel it is. I feel like it's more drawn out. I'm seeing molasses being pulled. It's like really slow and pulled out, because of this self healing, this shadow work that they're doing. I do want to pull some Spirit Song Tarot as well to see what we have with that. No, karmic relationships are they're divine appointments. It's brought in for us. It's like before you come down here, you're like, hey, I want to learn this, and I need someone who will help me with this. And they're like, oh, good, because I need someone to help me with this. All right, let's good. So it's like this, bond that happens, like this contract, this agreement. So it can mean a variety of things. It can also sometimes, if you believe in multiple lives in a past life, the shoe was on the other foot, and then you're like, hey, next lifetime you want to switch roles, and they're like, yeah, you get to be the jerk and I get to be the one that gets it. It's like, okay, because I want to know what that feels like. So they're not bad, they're just experiences and bonds. So I like to call them all divine appointments. Spirit told me that we don't have like the one in a lifetime. We have a lot of soul mates in our lifetime, which can be family, friends, actually, romantic, even pets and everything else. We have these beautiful souls that we have the strong bonds with because we wanted to experience them together, and we agreed to be those different characters for one another. So let me see. They wanted to say something else. Let's take a look here and see what else would you want to know about this. The slow molasses. Kind of tell me what. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, that one. What else? Anything else? I just wanted one more card for clarification here. Yeah. So this kind of sums it up here with the Four of Shells, which is the Four of Cups. There it goes. And you can, on the bottom, it says soul searching and reevaluation. So that's that little journey that they're on um, looking into themselves, trying to understand what they really want in life. And I kind of feel like this is for both of you, because the karmic relationship can act as mirrors a lot too. Because the Four of Cups usually has three cups in front of someone, which are the three cups of the outer world, which is relationships, um, circumstances, and things. And those things generally don't fulfill us for very long, even though we're told that they will. When we get them, we're like, I feel like I want more. Like it's never enough. We're always wanting more and more and more. And so generally they'll show someone like bored to death sitting by a tree looking at those three cups, but the Ace of Cups is being offered from the side, which is the love that we find on the inside, which is that self-love that it talks about here, the self-worth and the self-love, finding it from within. And then when you fill up with all of that, what anyone gives you is just above and beyond and beautiful. It's no longer like this desperate need to grab that. So I feel like there's this slow molasses is so that you guys are taking time to do that inner reflection, to find this beautiful spring of unconditional love that lives inside of you. And you tap into that, then you allow each other to be who you are. And that's when things kind of come together in a like without a lot of conflict, without a lot of pressure, without a lot of anxieties and fears. And I kind of feel like that's what this relationship, the karmic relationship piece of it is for you to find that within, and then help one another express that into the outside world. You guys fill up with that love and it overflows, and then you don't have those expectations of each other, which expectations are what busts up relationships, because all that disappointment, you're not being who I need you to be and who I want you to be. Well, you're not being who I want you to be and need to be. Bam, 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 psh, 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 right? So, not the message I thought was going to be coming forward, but that's what they want you to know right now. So, uh, focus on the inside, allow them to take the length of time that they need. Um, and you'll be glad that you did. So if you have additional questions, you can pop them down below there. Hey, Benita, welcome. And you want to know, what does your spirit guide want you to know? Let's take a look here and see what card. I feel like I want to do an oracle. And actually, we're going to do these Into the Lonely Woods deck. The oracle. Let's see what they have for you to say there. Wow, I just looked up at it shows 4 likes, 4 like 4 people in the chat, and it said 44, 44. All fours all the way across. I was like, which is 4 is our number of stability, or if 4s mean anything to you guys. All right. So, what would you like Vanita to know, please? Okay. Do this one here. Too funny. Good. Our shadows are beautiful. Look at that card. And card 34. And so I'll read from the book here. A wonderful message. It says, even when alone, we must express, seek communion, and understand our inner voices. We put down all the instruments of distraction and allow what we have avoided to rise within us. And we will find what we feared is beautiful. You are fascinating and have so many layers, and you deserve the time to understand these or to appreciate the never ending mystery of who you are. So, write or sing or create or ponder when alone. Allow what you discover and connect with to sing into the spaces once filled with distraction and busyness. Now you can be more deeply known because you have met yourself. Now you are more loved because you have come to care so deeply for all that you are. Wow. I love that for you, Vanita. Um, absolutely, Kashish. Um, so there is this message around here, and I do want to pull some Dragon Tarot for you too. But there's this message of, we have a shadow side, and it's like, and it was funny because I saw Master Number 33 next to it on the other page. Master Number 11 is about getting to know our shadow, our human, our ego, and that type of thing. 22 is getting to know our higher self, that we are more than just the human. And 33 is the bonding together, the 11 and the 22 equaling 33. And it's like this, when sometimes in spirituality, when we first realize that, we're like, oh, we have to kill the ego, we have to kill the shadow, it's something that needs to get destroyed. We got to, wrap it up and stick it in the trunk. It shouldn't even be in our lives anymore. But it's no, it's actually our higher self gets to complete and bond with our shadow, and it's a part of us. It's even our little tour guide on this beautiful, life that we're in. And so I love that this is just a reminder that every part of you is beautiful. There's not something that needs to die, something that needs to end. It's just something that needs to be embraced with love. So I really like that for you. Hey, Anjali, thank you for subscribing. And yeah, you can just put whatever question you want me to answer in the chat box. And if you don't want to share your business out there, you can just put that you want a general reading, and I'll just pull, and Spirit will know what you're asking, and then you can get the message that way. So let's see what else they want you to know here. So what else about this shadow? Okay, I want that one. What else? All right. Yeah. Because you do have the Seven of Swords here. So there's this thoughts and beliefs that are in your head that are deceiving you. Let's see what else you have here too. Yeah, another 7. You have the 7 of Cups. So a lot of thoughts and emotions that feel confusing. It's almost like they're conflicting. Okay, but you do have the King of Cups. I love this for you. If it'll focus here. Come on, please. Maybe. Okay, there it goes. which offers you the Ace of Cups here, and then you have the High Priestess. Yeah. So the High Priestess is who will take you into the hidden realms that will help you communicate and interact with your shadow self. Because I love this card. See if we'll get a, because it's like this is your higher self, and then this little one here, this is your shadow self. And so there's this, the big you and the little you that are having this beautiful interaction around this unconditional love and embracing it. So I do feel like you have a lot of these conflicting thoughts, and what it is, and hopefully this will bring some clarity around it all, is that there are two of us that are living this human experience. We have the shadow, our human, our ego, which is in this realm and connected to all these emotions that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, all these fear based thoughts and emotions that are going on. And then you have your higher self, which is all about unconditional love, those feelings that are rooted in unconditional love, those thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in unconditional love. And those do conflict, they are contrasting. So if you have like these two thoughts that are battling, they are. And when you can uh, kind of dissect them and put them in like you have those two buckets, and you go, okay, which one is this? Okay, this one's a fear, this one's that, this one's a fear. Okay, this, all these are a fear. Oh, here's one of unconditional love, because we have so much of this that we're given. That bucket is usually more full. So you're just really able to separate those and to have that clarity and embrace it, understand it for what it is. But you can, connect to that unconditional love of that King of Cups, that chalice that's there instead. So hopefully that helped, Vanita, but that's what they'd like you to know right now. If you have additional questions, you can pop them down below here. And then I will go on to Anjali's question. Who's coming with a solid commitment soon? All right. Absolutely. You're very welcome. Solid commitment. Who is coming with a solid commitment soon? Okay. So I really am drawn to the Black Love Oracle because that represents others. And now I'm feeling like there's three. Correct me if they're wrong, which they shouldn't be, but there's like three possibilities. It's like the Bachelor game. And so the first one that comes to your mind is the first card. The second one that comes to your mind is the second card. There's two cards for that. And then two cards for the third one. So Bachelor number one, sudden change and shocking news, is for number one. Let's see what comes for number two. So you've got wedding rings and a hammer, which the hammer is about building. So it's like they're wanting to build towards this. And then Bachelor number three, there's this karmic relationship that's there, but this is more play than commitment. So the karmic relationship isn't so much, so number three isn't really um, relationship oriented. They're more, uh, let's go play, let's go have fun. Commitment, tying down. I want to go, I want to sail, I want to go have this fun, I want these adventures. But it's like, well, do you care if I go along or not? And it's kind of like they're like, oh, it'd be fun if you go along, but I'm going to go with or without you kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? So I feel like number one, that Bachelor number one that was coming your way, there's a sudden change in their life because they have shocking news. It's like suddenly, I'm reminded of the Tower card in the tarot. It's like it comes to remove something out of your life. So I feel like number one is going to be removed because of something sudden that happens, and they're moved out of your life. So really, number two is what I feel is the one who's bringing a solid commitment soon, because they are wanting to build a relationship and they want to build towards that. So they don't give me any names, they don't give me any of that, but I feel like if you knew who the no 1, 2, and 3, like you have these, individuals you know it's number two that came to mind. And I know you're like, number one is like kind of like, but it's like they're being removed. Number two is the one that's bringing the commitment, and number three is the one that kind of that karmic relationship teaches you of what it feels like to be fit in between important things. It's like, what? You don't want to feel that way. So, number two feels like the one that's going to bring you that commitment. So, if you have additional questions on that, Anjali Sharma, then just pop them down below and we'll come back around there. Thank you, everybody else. So, Chaos will do you next, and then Angie, I will give you a general reading after that. And for all of you that joined, if you haven't hit that like button yet, I appreciate that. That does help out the channel. And let's take a look here. Odd questions. We love odd questions. Sure, we can see what they'll provide for us here. Okay. So they want to use these fairy cards. So we'll find out. The niece. The mystery of the niece. All right. So what can you tell us about the niece? Has she just moved and is hiding? Or is she actually moved on? So we have the Chariot card, which is about moving, so movement. We have the Strength card. So the Strength card, with the combination of those two together, it feels like they've moved, but because we didn't get a Death card, we didn't get any kind of destruction type of card. We have a strong energy, and then the Chariot, which is actually the moving to a different location type of card. So I feel like she's moved without providing their address. So I really feel like that Chariot pretty much nailed it right off the bat there. Maybe she didn't give her address for a reason. So, and then Angie, you wanted to just ask general guidance, and I do want to use the Spirit Song Tarot for your guidance here. And for all of you that have joined since I started, my big announcement was that starting on Monday, which is the day after the Mercury retrograde starts going into its post-shadow, I'm going to start going live every evening. So Sunday through Fridays will be 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Tonight on Saturdays, I do 8 p.m. because I also do Instagram at 5 p.m. And then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, either at 10 or 11 a.m., depends on the day with those. So going to be going live a lot more often, and I'm excited about that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because you'll get notifications when I'm going live. All right, so let's see, Angie. What would they like you to know, please? And then Chaos will get clarification on that. Okay. So far you got the 10 of Shells, which is the 10 of Cups, which is great. I love that. That's emotional fulfillment. Also some changes, positive changes coming in your emotional area of your life. Let's see what else. That one and that one. Okay, let's see what happens. I want to show you that one first. I love the pelican. Beautiful card there. So that it says blessings and well-being, but the Ten of Cups is well, those other things I said. Yeah, you have the Three of Acorns coming in too, which is the Three of Wands in the Standard Tarot. There it goes. And it is about a change of direction in your life too. So I feel like you've gotten new information, new circumstances, new things have come where, you had a solid plan and a solid direction you're headed, but now all this new stuff came in, which is positive stuff. And you're like, well, then I'm going to alter my course. See what else you have here. Yeah, because you have the Three of Feathers, which is the Three of Swords expectations card, which this is like you're changing your expectations. You're changing, with that change of direction. You're also allowing a creative approach to where you're headed, where before you'd have such strong expectations and how you had to get there. With all this stuff happening, you're just more flexible. You're not feeling like you have to control so much as you're going into it. Yeah. Wow, spider. Nine of see if we can get him to go here. So it's a nine of crystals, which is the nine of pentacles. And it's kind of like you're weaving your own web. The nines are like the hermit's journey. The nine of in the major arcana is the hermit card, and it's about this finding things from within. So this nine of pentacles with this abundant feeling is that you're finding the source of your abundance from within and by yourself on your own without a lot of people being involved in it. So all of this wonderful stuff that's happening, you're doing it like on your own and not needing the support of a lot of people at all. And then you have the King of Crystals. So the King of Pentacles. So you are having this abundant, again, this is the external abundance. Come on. There it goes. Beautiful, beautiful. So it's like you're ruling your own kingdom. Yeah, it says courage and commitment, but the King of Pentacles is this feeling of abundance that you're ruling over your outside world. You're not at the whim of other people, and everything you're doing is dependent upon everyone else's choices and decisions and all this. It's like you are really taking control of your outside world and your circumstances. And with this, so I really feel this strong, strong transformation that's happening. And you're deciding to take this different direction because of all this um, just confidence and this uh, emotional fulfillment that's kind of just filling you up and overflowing too. So I love that this is coming in. That spider reminds me just of like Charlotte's Web. It's a great book if you guys haven't ever read it. It's an old one. I used to even have a cartoon. They probably don't have that anymore. But it's about you creating your own web, and that you are able to catch wonderful, wonderful things because of the wide web that you create. And I kind of even feel like kind of an entrepreneurship that's web based, like on the internet, is something that you're looking into and expanding into as well. That brings you a lot of that. So if that resonates, hopefully that does, because that's the message for you there. If you have additional questions, you want additional clarification, just pop it down below. And let's take a look here and see, Chaos, if your niece is safe. So she moved, just no one's heard from her, and you would like to know if she's safe. So they're kind of not giving me a deck yet. Okay. And just as I said that, they gave me one. So the Queen of the Moon Oracle is interesting. They want to look at that one. So let's take a look here. All right. So what can you tell us? Okay. They're like surrender. See if I can get that to focus. I don't know why that camera's not focusing. Maybe it's the lighting. There it goes. Yeah, maybe it is the glare is what's doing it. So I love that. Trusting the universe. Surrender chaos. Surrender your chaos, chaos. It says surrendering does not mean giving up. Let go of what you no longer need. Stop being so stubborn about holding on to aspects and behaviors that don't align with who you are now. Stop struggling. It took the author here says it took me a long time to realize that surrendering was a positive thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean the giving up kind of surrender. I mean the, okay, it's time for me to hand this over type of surrender. For those of us who are highly independent and used to doing things quite ably on our own, admitting we need assistance or that we might indeed have to let something go for our betterment can be challenging. Letting go and surrendering admits or exposes a vulnerability or two. To surrender, we may need to show our underbelly. We may need to admit we got it wrong, made a mistake, grew a bad habit, surrounded ourselves with people that are not good for us. It can make us feel raw in our realization. So remember, this moon phase is dark and beautiful. It casts a protective shadow that allows us to be as wide open as we need to be to do our work. We reveal safely to only the divine and ourselves, and then the light returns. So it says, it really stood out to me here because you said she has 3 young children, so she left them behind. It says, when it said we need to admit we got it wrong, made a mistake, grew a bad habit, surrounded ourselves with people that are not good for us. So it sounded like she moved. She's still alive, but it's kind of like she's maybe running in circles that are not, you know, in her highest. Well, it's always our highest experience because we choose, like it says, the dark shadow comes to take us through the lessons that we want to go through. So, when we realize every moment is perfect, that's when we can, like that surrender card says, we surrender because we know I chose this for a reason. They chose that for a reason. There's never a moment that's like, oops, an accident. There's purpose behind everything that happens. And it's perfectly unfolding, even though in our little human shadow mind, it's going, no, it's supposed to be this. It should be this. It has to be this. It must be this. That we, think that we feel out of control because we are trying to control all that stuff outside of there that is out of our control. So, they gave us a little hint of that, she's just maybe hanging around with a group that is not responsible, and maybe she's a little inebriated and not thinking straight and, off doing these other things. It's part of her journey. It's part of her children's journey. It's part of her mom's journey. It's part of your journey. It's part of all our journey right now because we probably, anyone that's reading this too, is going, oh, this is what should be happening. And this is what they could do and should do and are supposed to do. And so all this is triggering. But, the creator says, just give it to me. I have it all under control. It's outside of your control. As I always say, I hand back my Deputy of the Universe badge daily, going, oh, yep, yeah, that's right. You don't need my help. Here you go. You can have it back. And he's like, it's okay. It's not a real badge anyway. It's like one of those little kitty badges that come in a little costume for kids. Yeah. I don't feel that. I feel like she went willingly in the moment. And then maybe now she's just so, like drugged up and just so into the scene of what's happening that she's not thinking clearly or, but yeah, let me see. I'll pull some more cards here. Since we don't have any other people asking any other questions, let's dig. Let's see what they're willing to tell us. With that surrender card, though, they're just, the lesson is to let go of things outside of your control. And that feeling of helplessness that we have when there's nothing that we can do, you can still send the love in your heart to her and surround her, and her higher self will take that love. But her higher self is the one that's in charge of her journey. And if she's like, no, I'm not done yet, I still want to play over here in this, you know, uh, extreme situation. But when I'm done, I'll come back, or, whatever their plans are. But that's their higher self is in charge of that. And I know it's hard when you have such a huge heart and you care about people, it's hard to uh, let go of that. But let's see what else they are willing to tell us here. Okay, so they did give us 3 cards. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So we've got the Knight of Swords, which swords are our expectations, our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, and that. And it's the knights always go on a quest, and so it's a quest for higher truths. It's a quest for those things, because they also have the High Priestess here, which is about diving into the unknown, diving behind the veil, diving behind the scenes. The High Priestess goes into her temple to connect and to understand things. Sometimes she goes into dark places, unconscious and subconscious things. Then there's the World card, or the Universe card, which is about endings of major cycles and new beginnings too. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes, they're not. They're basically keep on pointing us back to their cycles, their pursuit, their, her journey with those cards. And, I know everyone is different. It's when we say it's odd, it's like, well, it's odd because it doesn't match up to what we think is supposed to happen, but it was obviously destined. She had this, and it could be, like they're now 21 months. Um, and so having twins and, postpartum does happen with all that pressure, with all this stuff, it can send somebody over the edge where they just want to run and escape. And then once they're gone, you know, feeling bad coming back. Wow. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. With all the cards that came through, it's interesting. So when they supposedly died, is that, oh, wow. Yeah. I'm not, I didn't get that from all those cards and from those things, but because I do connect to people on the other side and she didn't come through. But, again, all this always is for us, right? So that, that surrender card is you letting go of something that you have no control over. And that's part of your journey right now. So they're bringing that in there for you. Hey, Shar, welcome, welcome. You absolutely can. Hey, Jeannie, welcome. Oh, wow. So they knew it was her, and so she definitely is past, but her mom keeps on asking for an address? Interesting. Sure, yeah, if you have a specific question, if you wanna just pop it down below, I'll pull cards for that, And if you don't want to like share the details and you just want a general reading, you can put that too, and then I'll pull cards for that. Okay, very good. Okay. So I'm going to use these Love Oracle cards. And that's the dark deck represents other people, and the pink deck represents you. So to see what Clyde the Libra feels about you, we're going to pull from the black deck here. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. All right. Cards flying everywhere. So let me just get these all together here. So I'm going to go with these three first. So you've got the talking card here, which this does talk is about the enjoyment of conversating and looks to communicate and talk more. But there's also time, which this was like, oh, he's taking his time, not rushing. They're taking their good, you know, easing into things. And this card has been coming up a lot today too, because this is the codependency card, the chaser card here. And this represents, this hesitancy with that clock. He's interested. He wants to communicate more, but you just got this history of being in this a kind of codependency relationships or these fear of abandonment. Like he's had a lot of that happen to him several times, and so that's why this hesitancy is there. And but he is interested there. The spirit does want to let you know that this is part of your divine appointments. This person is in your life on purpose for a purpose. And there's this golden mirror. And the golden mirror, there's like a mirror card, which is about a reflection. There's people that come into our lives to reflect back to us what we want to see about ourselves. And, it's part of the process of several other individuals. When the golden mirror comes in, um, there is this, it's like an enhanced lesson. It's like almost like a master's class where they bring you some really, I want to say harsh truths, but really they nail you between the eyes and they really bring these really extreme lessons to you, right? So, um, yeah. So that is this. What I'm feeling with all of this is this. You know, extreme, uh, it's like very there's like this attraction where it's like almost like a magnet. It's like you can't pull yourself away, but there's like some stuff that happens. You have a lot of good times, but there's a lot of stuff gets triggered and that you're working out too. I do want to pull some pink cards here too. So they basically have an interest, but spirit does want to let you know that it's um a lot of this is focusing on for you to, yeah. So it has Cupid's arrow, so you were shot with it on purpose for a purpose. To bring you in there. um let's see what else we have here. Yeah, so it's like, um whenever I see the sunglasses, it is about, um it's not about not being honest with your feelings, but it's about allowing yourself to not share all of your feelings all at once. It's like easing it into it. Play it cool, ease into it. Take your time with it. Um, and Because with what they're talking, they have that clock that's going on, so they're taking their time. And if you're like, come on already. Hey. This is what I want from you. Da 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 da. It just they just head in the other direction, right? Um, Let me see what else they have to say here too. I feel like there's something else here. Yeah. Yeah. So it says making healthy choices. Come on, come on, come on. There it goes. So it's just about making healthy choices for you. Focus in on what's going on with you and your emotions and those things. Let him worry about what's going on with him and what he's taking his good old time. Just know that it's on purpose for a purpose that he came across. It's not a mistake. And it's an important it's like one of the we all have a ton of different soulmates that come in and out of our lives, but this one is a significant one that's bringing you really big um, I hate the word lessons, but it's like awareness around yourself, around your worth, around old belief systems, and it helps you heal some other things, um, some earlier pain and earlier emotional I don't want to say trauma, because as a child, I think everything feels like trauma to us, but just some significant emotional um, situations that happened when you were younger. It's like this mirror is helping you face those, even though they may not be the same kind of situations. Some of the emotions feel the same, and that's what's triggering. And you're able to look back at those and work through those a little more with that. So like back to your original question, it does have interest. This is a divine appointment to learn a lot about yourself. So let the clock tick. Don't try to turn the clock ahead to try to leave school early. You know how they would like, let's just turn it ahead and the alarm goes off and we're out. It's like, can't do that. The teacher knows they have their own watch on. They're like, nice try. But just go with the flow of it and do a lot of your reflection there. So, all right. And then gracefully, you are next. Thank you so much. And does the Aries and the Taurus girl live together? Oh, so the Aries and the Taurus girl live together. Let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Dragon Tarot and let's see what they have for that. And then Brianna, you will be next. You can definitely ask a question if you want to put it down in the chat box below, or if you just want a general reading. If you don't want to put the details out there, we can do that too, and Spirit will know. Then that's up to you. So Brianna will be, you'll be after Nicolette. Hey, Nicolette. All right. So let's gracefully, BJ, let's take a look here. See what they will let us know. Does the Aries and the Taurus girl live together? What can you tell us about that? Okay. Okay, they did give us two cards here. So got the Queen of Pentacles. And then you also have the Full card. Which the Full card is generally about new beginnings. Kind of when I saw the Queen of Pentacles here, I was really attracted to this nest. And you see how one rabbit is in the nest and one rabbit is not. And I feel like if they did, they no longer do, is kind of what I feel with all of that here. Because it's like they were at one point, because that's the nest with all the eggs in it, right? But it's like um, if they were in that situation, then they're not. But I don't even know if that, because they're outside here, you know. So I don't know, is that let's say the rabbit's not crying on the outside, but so I don't feel that with those two cards here. Kind of want to pull one of these black love oracle cards too for more clarity here. Yeah, so we've got this not enough and the snake card coming in here. So the snake card with that full card is about this evolution because snakes shed their skin and they grow, and there's this newness about things. And this not enough kind of represents his feelings that he's going through too. So there's some of that emotion that's happening, which is just extra information for you, just to understand where they're coming from. They just uh, feel like they just don't meet up to a lot of people's expectations. And this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that's really what stands out a lot, and they're standing apart. But yeah, so it comes back to that to answer your main question. With the rabbits, not one rabbit in the nest and one's not. So that would be a no for that main question there for you. Not sure why they wanted to give you all that extra stuff, but hey, we'll take what we can get, right? All right, Brianna. And so you'll be right next after Nicolette. You say, will you have a boyfriend? And if yes, how is he going to look like and be? All right. Let's take a look here. Right? At least it helps you understand them a little more, going, oh, okay. So a little compassion for him, right? All right. So let's take a look here. Will you have a boyfriend, and what will he look like? So we've got this Nine of Wands, which is very fiery energy here. And the Nine of Wands shows that you hold a lot of power in your hands. These blocks here that are keeping you from relationships. this is this is like in your hands here. Usually they'll have one like it's one of the ones that's blocking, and you're able to pull it back and move and be able to move through it. But you also have the King of Swords. So if I can do this, there we go. A little more clear. There it is. So the King of Swords is someone who is very much in their mind. Like an air sign is someone who they are much in their heads. They come across as maybe not as emotional, but they're very much, very intelligent. They're in their heads a lot. They think a lot, so it could be, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, because they can have a lot of air in their chart, but that's the type of person that it would be. And I feel like this, because this fiery energy that you have, though, they wanted to make sure that I don't know if you're a fire sign, Nicolette, but it's like you have a lot of fire, a lot of energy, that you hold a lot of the power in the interactions, is what they wanted to share with that. Wow. So not only do you have the Sire of Swords, you have the Sire of Pentacles. So this individual um, is also very earthy, very grounded, very stable as well. Um, when you're looking at, um, it's funny because with the air, I'm kind of seeing him kind of geeky, because he's like IT, and not that I know a lot of people in IT. Not everyone looks that way, but it's kind of like geeky-ish, but also balanced and down to earthish, hippie-ish. So you kind of put those two together, and you're like, oh, okay, mesh that together, and you're just like, okay, I get it. So it's like someone that's pretty hip, but has really a pocket protector. I don't know, but it's that combination. Yeah, and then you have the Empress. Empress is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, so that really fits in with that. Pentacles, he's outdoorsy, he enjoys going into the outdoors, the person. And wow, and then the Knight of Cups. So a romantic, which is great. We like that. So it's someone that doesn't mind, having emotional times as well. So, it really feels, let's see what this last one is here too. Yeah, Page of Cups. So it's definitely someone who's done, you know, this. Love this emotional reflection here too. So that's why with that Knight of Cups, he's done his emotional kind of work where he's not afraid to share his emotions with all that too. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that's good. Your Libra will do really well with their air element. So you won't be like, "You're such a nerd." You'll be like, "Oh, you're such a nerd. I love it." Have great conversations, about things. But yeah, so that 9 of Wands is like, um, nines are about the hermit's journey and about turning inward and really looking at things on the inside. And so with that 9 of Wands, it is about you understanding your energy, and what you do with that energy, right? And so, you love nerds. Well, great. So you were very happy to hear that, weren't you? Let's see here. Yeah, you have the universe card here too. So I kind of feel like, because the universe card is ending of old cycles and new beginnings, that it isn't going to be anybody you already know. That it's going to be, you're letting old ways of dating, old ways of relationships and stuff. You're just like, you know what? When I did what I always did, I got what I always got, and I really am not really thrilled about what I got. So I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try a new way of approaching this. And I kind of feel it goes back to that 9 of Wands where it's like, I'm going to express my passion, my fire. And oh, I love that. They just said, yeah, do something you love. Um, and like if there's a group that gets together and does things like with something that you love to do that, because then you will find someone who does something that you enjoy as well, and that's one thing in common, even though you may have other things not in common. um, you will have this thing in common, and that's an attraction point for you guys. And so I kind of feel like they're saying, use that passion, use your energy, do something you love, and be passionate about it, and you're going to find someone who is also passionate about that same thing. And that's kind of where you find that. I think that's what you asked there, right? Yeah, how is it going to be? What is it going to look like? Obviously the answer is yes, that you will. Because they wouldn't have given you all that. It would have been like, nope, no cards. Sorry. Come back another day. So I like that for you. So someone who's down to earth, that likes getting out into nature too. Um, a good balance. So not a total nerd where they're 100% of their time playing video games, but they play video games, but they also want to go out and get outside too. So I like that for you. You are very welcome. And let's take a look here. And for everyone that's here, if you haven't hit that like button yet, well, it's on my mind here. I appreciate you guys doing that. It does help out my channel, helps it grow and spread the news and the word. All the beautiful Zen love that everyone here shares. I love it. So Kashish. So I told you about a karmic relationship, which came in your reading, and can we tell the future outcome of Rav Preet in your relationship? Okay, let's take a look here. And I'm going to use the Spirit Song Tarot. And then Jeannie, you will be next. Brianna, I've done so many readings today. Did I? How does TW feel about you? I'm not sure if I did. I'm so sorry. I will go to you next. I think I totally skipped over you there. Well, if I did, then the messages should match, right? So let's take a look here. So Kashish. Okay. So you did get 5 cards. Let's take a look here. Okay. It's not bad here. So you do have the 3 of feathers, which is the 3 of swords, which is normally it normally has a heart with 3 swords stuck in it, which kind of represents disappointment, things not working out as expected, some heartbreak, which is always expected if things don't work out. That disappointment comes in there. But there's also the King of Acorns, which is the king of um, King of Wands. Sorry, I was reading Brianna. Sorry, got distracted. Um, so the King of Wands is about, um, this fire, this optimism, this that I can get things done. So I kind of feel with those two together, it's not it's not bad because you also have the Justice card. So there's the balancing out of things. There's the equal truths coming in here, and uh, it's not not a negative card either. The Two of Acorns, which is the Two of Wands, and it represents, our wands is our energy, and the Two of Wands basically tells us wherever we focus our energy is what's going to grow. So, like when you have these fears of things, if you're scared of, this is what's going to happen, it just grows that. But if you focus instead on gratitude and what you do want in your life, then that grows. And so, if you feed into all your fears and all the, that it's going to be bad, and just know, then it's going to come true because you're feeding in that and having it grow. But you have the power to switch it and go, you know what? It's going to all be fine. It's going to all work out for everyone. It's going to just be equal. It's going to be fine. Because then you also have the 10 of crystals, which is the 10 of pentacles, which is about abundance and about, fruition. And it's a very beneficial, victorious type of card, and energy with that. So I really feel like you hold a lot of the energy, like I said, it's going to be fine. It's going to work out. Um, and if there's any heartbreak, and I like that you got this deck with the 3 of swords, because normally it would look really painful, but this is like a transformation. It helps everyone move into a direction that they were meant to do, like from a caterpillar, or to a chrysalis or cocoon, to a moth or butterfly. And it just shows that it's not going to be as extreme as your fears are making it out to be. So I would just focus on gratitude for what is in your life and those things that you do want in your life, and not focus on the fears, because um, with all those cards, it's the 10 of Pentacles is the last card. It's like everything works out. It's all works out for everyone's benefit. It's all because the 9 of Pentacles is it working out for you. The 10 of Pentacles is that it works out for everyone. So uh, it's going to be fine, is what those cards are saying. All right, so let me back up here. I'm not sure if I answered that, Brianna. I feel like I did, but let me look back here. Yeah, I think I did. You might because you can rewind on here while it's live, I believe. If you scroll back a little bit, right after Nicolette, and see there, because I feel like I did. I feel like I pulled a lot of cards on there now that I'm looking here. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to check or if you just want me to pull new cards there. Hey, Angie. Um, so Jeannie, you ask a question, how can we connect with our spirit guides? You know, one of the biggest things that we can do to connect to that posse of support we have, which, we have our spirit guides, we do have our I appreciate Brianna. And if not, I'll be happy to pull more cards anyway. Um, but I do want to answer this question, not really quick, but answer this question for Jeannie, and for anyone else that is interested in that too. But in addition to like spirit guides, we've got our guardian angel, we've got all our angels, we've got our loved ones on the other side, we've got our ancestors, this whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light that so much love us, just so, so, so much. And uh, they are always speaking to us. Although when we're in this chaotic world, it's very noisy and it's hard for us to hear. They always can hear us no matter what, because they can hear everything. But even our minds and our thoughts and our emotions, they just are connected and they can uh, just get all that experience. But for us to be able to connect and be able to hear them, their frequency is not of our lower frequency of our human, which is related to fear. Theirs is unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. So if we can purposely raise our vibration to that of unconditional love, and joy, and peace and laughter by doing things that bring us peace, that get us away from the noise. We even things that we can do to turn down our fear noise, turn up the unconditional love. Then that's when the clarity comes in. That's when we can hear just so distinctly and so clearly with that. So, and we usually know the things that work for us, whether it is, official meditation, but for most of us, it's like going for a walk in nature, taking a hot bath, painting, working out, um, there's different things that we know that brings us peace where we don't have a lot of chatter that's going on in our head, because otherwise it's like being in a hard rock, you know, club that has their music blaring at the highest volume. You can see people's mouths moving, but you're like, what are you saying? We can't hear, we can't communicate, we can't develop a relationship. It's just, you just kind of stand next to each other listening to the music, right? Where as we get out and we get quiet away from everything, we can hear the whisper of them, and we develop this relationship and that communication that we can with our spirit guides. They absolutely honor our free will. So they'll never meddle in our lives unless we ask them to, because they want to grant us the opportunity to do things on our own. It's like a 2-year-old that wants to pour milk in their glass for the first time. You're like, oof, this is not going to fare well, but let's get the paper towels and the mop and let's let him try, because he wants to learn. So they let us do that. But if they go, help, I need help, they're like, okay, here, we'll help you, because that's what they want to do. So you can, of almost of your own free will and your power of choice each day, just ask them, I want to get to know you. I want to interact with you. Can you give me signs? Can you talk to me? I want to hear you. I want to have this relationship with you. Then they will. There's periods of time that we choose before we come down here. There's fated events that we're like, during this period of time, I don't want any communication. No matter if I beg for it when I'm down here, do not give it to me, because I want to um, do this on my own. And sometimes we want to experience what it might feel like to be alone, even though we never are. They're standing around us all the time. And they're like, it's like that. What does they call it? Footprints in the sand, where it's this famous thing with someone was walking along. I think they said Jesus, but or God. It depends on I think which one it is. But you're walking along the beach with God, and you look back and you're like, look, there's one set of footprints. Why did you leave me? And they're like, no, that's the time I carried you. Oh, sorry. You know, they never leave us. But there's this pocket of time we might want to feel what it might feel like to be alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Brianna. Um, if you'd like, I'll still do it here. If you need to go, I understand. But if you want to come back and listen to it at this point, um, then it'll be here for when you wake up in the morning if that will work out for you. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So hopefully that helped, Jeannie. Um, but definitely just ask for signs and guides, and they'll do that for you. So I love that question. I'm glad you asked that. Oh, okay. So, Brianna, I think you did take the question away, but I think it was, the individual's name. What they think about you, I think, was the question. So, I'm just going to answer that one real quick here. And if anyone else has any questions they'd like to ask, you can pop them down below, and then you'll actually be next. I think we're all caught up here. So, we did get 3 cards for Brianna. Mm. So it's kind of like this interesting message here because he has like this I like you. So there's this interest here, but he has this fear of it's like he had a lot of endings happen in his life, either through death and family and that type of thing. But I feel it's more, there's been a lot of breakups that have happened in his life, a lot of endings where it wasn't his choice. And so I kind of feel like there's this hesitancy that's coming in here, which has been a theme all day. Kind of feel like maybe this channel is becoming a support group for you know people that are have relationships with the heartbroken others that are taking their good old time, and they're hesitant, and um because it feels like that's a lot of the messages that have been coming through today. Okay, let's take a look here. Hmm. So good. Well, I like these because there is this interest of getting together, like for coffee talk, and feeling like there's substance there, and he's trying to keep a positive mindset around it, which is great because it's like with all these voices and all these old things that he had that he was going through, he's still keeping his mind open. He's trying to keep positive going. No, she's different. She's not the other people. No, she's different. She's not the other people. No, no, I'm not going to compare. But his subconscious is there going, psh, 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 psh. So I kind of feel like if there's any hesitancy there, that's where it's coming from there. But I do feel like he does like you, there's interest, but that past is haunting him, so it keeps vibrating outward. They don't want any more of those cards here. I'm going to pull some from these Dragon Tarot. Let's see what else we have. Anything else for Brianna? What else about this person? So I got the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is fiery energy. It is about, our passion, our drive, just our overall energy. And the Six of Wands kind of tells us about recognition and when we're looking for that in the outside world. And I kind of feel like um, that is a big piece of the insecurities, is he's trying to be recognized and be seen in the outside world. I almost feel like DJ, musician, someone that gets on stage, someone that wants this attention in some way. They want to stand out because of all the stuff that happened before too. So I kind of feel like there's this, and I don't want to say like arrogant. It's just like someone who's trying to boost themselves up because they felt so low because of what happened before. So they might boast a little bit, um, but just understand that's where it's coming from. And he's just wanting some support. It's just a cry for unconditional love, for security that he didn't have before with those other situations. So um, if you do see this tomorrow, Brianna, you can comment after on the video afterwards. If not, I might see you tomorrow because I will be back here at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, I believe, tomorrow. 10 a.m. Let me check my little thing here so I don't misinform you guys. Yes, 10 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow here on YouTube. And then also tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you guys want to come back and check us out at that time, then I will be back here. But since we're kind of ending on 2 hours here and I don't have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this session. I do want to thank you guys for being here, spending your Saturday evening hanging out, talking to Spirit. I definitely appreciate all your energy, all your support of one another. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, really appreciate you considering doing so because doing that allows you to chat and actually, of course, ask your questions of Spirit. But I also give away a lot of things and a lot of giveaways. So if you do subscribe, make sure you click that little notification bell and select all so you'll be notified when those giveaways come out and when I announce winners too. And I put out a lot of free content and a lot of readings like weekly energy updates, monthly readings, and things like that as well. So, love you guys. We'll see you on the flip side. Have a great rest of your night or great rest of your day, depending on where you're at in the world. And we'll catch you next time. Y'all take care.